Good morning, little chefs, and welcome to our story corner. Today, we have a wonderful tale called The Happy Cupcake Day, featuring a super sweet mommy and her adorable daughter, Sila. Are you ready? Let's begin. One bright and sunny morning, little Sila was sitting in the kitchen. Her little feet were swinging back and forth under her chair, full of bouncy energy. She looked up at her mom with big, hopeful eyes and said, "Mommy, I really want to make something sweet today. Something yummy." Her mom, who was tidying up, turned around with a warm, loving smile. She wiped her hands on her apron and knelt down to Sila's level. Something sweet," she said, tapping her chin thoughtfully. "I have a brilliant idea. How about we make magical cupcakes?" Sila's eyes widened in excitement. She gasped and then jumped up from her chair, hopping with pure joy. "Yay! Cupcakes! Magical cupcakes!" she cheered, her voice full of delight. The kitchen was about to become a place of wonder and delicious fun. And so, their baking adventure began. "Okay, Chef Sila," Mom said with a playful salute. "What do we need for our magical cupcakes?" Sila stood on her tippy toes, feeling very important. "I'm Chef Sila today," she announced proudly, putting her hands on her hips. Her mom giggled. "Of course, you are, and I am your loyal assistant, ready for your orders." Together, they started gathering all the ingredients, turning the kitchen counter into their very own baking station. First, they got the big bag of flour, soft as snow. Then, they carefully took out the eggs from the carton, making sure not to drop any. Next came the sweet, sparkling sugar, followed by a carton of fresh milk. For that rich, yummy flavor, they found the cocoa powder. And for a fruity, fresh touch, they washed a basket of bright red strawberries. Finally, Mom brought out a special box filled with little bottles of colors for decorating. It was a rainbow of possibilities. "We have everything, Mommy," Sila said, clapping her hands. The real fun was about to start. "All right, Chef Sila, it's time to mix," Mom announced, handing her a big bowl and a wooden spoon. They began putting everything together. First, the flour went in, creating a soft white mountain. Then came the sugar, sparkling like tiny diamonds. Sila carefully cracked an egg on the side of the bowl, just like her mom had taught her. Plop! It went in perfectly. They poured in the milk and added a generous spoonful of cocoa powder. "Now, stir it all up," Mom instructed. Sila grabbed the spoon with both hands and started to stir. She stirred and stirred, getting more and more excited. She stirred a little too fast, a little too energetically, and whoosh! A cloud of flour puffed up right into her face. She blinked, her nose, cheeks, and eyelashes all dusted in white. Mom burst into laughter, a happy, musical sound that filled the kitchen. "Is this cupcake mix or a snowstorm, Chef Sila?" she teased, gently wiping some flour off Sila's nose. Sila looked at her reflection in the shiny pot and giggled. "It's chocolate snow, Mommy!" She laughed loudly, her little face a mix of brown and white. They both laughed together, sharing a moment of pure, messy joy. After all the giggling and mixing, their chocolatey batter was finally smooth and ready. They carefully poured the batter into a tray lined with colorful cupcake molds. There were pink ones, blue ones, yellow ones, and green ones. It looked like a little party waiting to happen. Once every cup was filled, Mom carefully opened the oven door, a wave of warmth greeting them. She gently slid the cupcake tray inside. "There we go," she said, closing the door. "Now we wait for the magic to happen." Sila couldn't contain her excitement. She pressed her face close to the warm glass of the oven door, peering inside at the little cups. "Come on, cupcakes, hurry up, bake faster," she whispered to them. Her mom smiled and patted her head. "Just 10 more minutes, sweetheart." "Good things take time," Sila sighed dramatically, still looking into the oven. "But they smell so good, Mommy. I can smell the chocolate." The sweet, warm aroma of baking cupcakes began to fill the entire kitchen, making the wait feel even longer, but so much more exciting. Ding! The oven timer rang its cheerful bell. "They're ready," Mom announced. She put on her oven mitts and carefully took out the tray. The cupcakes had puffed up perfectly, looking like little brown pillows. They let them cool down for a bit, and then came the best part, the magical decoration. Sila's eyes sparkled as her mom set out bowls of colorful frosting and sprinkles. This was where the real magic would happen. Sila took a spatula and began to decorate each cupcake with love and concentration. She made a beautiful pink cupcake and topped it with a fresh strawberry. Then, she made a rich, dark cupcake, swirling chocolate frosting all over it. Her favorite one was a rainbow cupcake, which she covered in frosting of every color and a shower of sparkly sprinkles. For a special touch, she carefully decorated one to look like a heart, just for her mommy. Her mom watched her, her heart filled with pride. "Sila, these look even better than the ones in the fancy bakeries," she said in amazement. Sila puffed out her chest and beamed. "That's because they're not just any cupcakes," she answered proudly. "They're Sila's magic cupcakes, Mommy." Finally, their delicious creations were complete. The kitchen counter was a beautiful display of colorful, magical treats. They each picked their favorite cupcake and sat down at the table together. They took their first bite at the same time. It was the most delicious cupcake Sila had ever tasted. The cake was soft, the frosting was sweet, and it was filled with love. They sat there for a while, quietly enjoying their hard work. Sila looked at her mom, a sweet, milky smile on her face. "Mommy," she said softly, "these cupcakes are the best." "But you know what the best part of today was?" Her mom looked at her curiously. "What's that, my love?" Sila's smile grew bigger. "The best part is doing things with you, Mommy." Her mom's heart melted. She pulled Sila into a gentle, warm hug, resting her chin on top of her daughter's head. "And you," she whispered, "you are my happiness, my love. Being with you is the best part of all my days." And so they finished their happy cupcake day, full of sweetness, laughter, and a whole lot of love. Thank you for joining us for this sweet story. We hope it inspired you to create some magic in your own kitchen with someone you love. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful stories. See you next time.